I believe this is a project that is going to show people a new way to tell these stories. So I'm Ryan Swanson. I'm a head writer of The Chosen and an executive producer on the project. I work with Dallas Jenkins and Tyler Thompson, two guys who know the Bible really well. For Dallas, when he did The Shepherd, he knew he had touched something that had been heretofore untapped. He found a vein where he could bring to life by making the shepherd a person like us, who suffers, who looks forward to things, who gets overeager, and to watch that moment through his eyes was, I think it was a revelation for everybody who saw it.
People must know. People must know. People must know.
So our process started in November of 2017 with me traveling to Elgin, Illinois to stay with Dallas and meet up with Tyler. The first thing we talked about was what a season 1 would look like. Everybody knows how the story ends. And most of the time with the miracles and the moments that punctuate our season 1, people know those moments too. We want to present them in a way that maybe you've never experienced them before. And as we drive towards a moment that people recognize, maybe one they've been familiar with all their lives, we want to enter those moments with everybody accounted for. You know the circumstances of everybody's lives when these events happen. So as we drive towards the end that we know is coming, you will get a sense of what's at stake for each character in their personal lives.
He's saying 60% the penalties.
What's that leave you with?
Simon, I came with about 60% of what I owe. I can't even pay. We're ruined.
Oh, now it's we.
We had to take those moments, know they existed, and walk our characters through the experience. We can imagine ourselves there, and then we can get some sense, even through our own experience watching the screen, of what it could possibly have been like to encounter those cathartic moments when Jesus enters their lives.
Lift up your head, fisherman.
So the way our writing process works is that we started with the skin of the season. We knew where we were going to go and how we broke it up incrementally into 8 episodes. I would write a short blurb about what that episode was about, then I would write an outline from that blurb that made an episode dramatic within itself, that allowed for multi-episode arcs, and that made the most room for the Jesus arc, which is going to be ongoing. Tyler then would take the outline and turn it into what we call a scriptment, which is a treatment script. When he was inspired to write dialogue, he would. Otherwise, it's a lot of prose with a ton of color, with period-appropriate names, dress, vegetation even. Tyler is a real poet, and we knew he would allow that color to bloom. And then I take the scriptment and turn it into a draft of the script. And Dallas takes that and he alters it to become the script he wants to shoot. I think my favorite thing that I received from Tyler in that process was when he presented the opportunity for Simon to look up at God in the boat. That moment was very sparse when we first got it. Guy on a boat, Matthew watching from above. I knew that Tyler had something for that moment because where Simon was going to end up shortly needed to be set up with all the angst, all the historical frustration of Simon and his people waiting for the Messiah, the seesaw, the tug-of-war that he must have felt inside. And Tyler delivered something that felt to all of us like a revelation.
Bring us out of Egypt. Part the Red Sea. Only to let us wander in the desert for 40 years. Give us the land. Only to let us be exiled in Babylon. Bring us back. Only to be crushed by Rome.
That was from Tyler's own brain, but we had set the stage for this moment to happen. And it was sort of a win for our team that we all recognized that that moment had to be populated with something impactful. It was an incredible moment for our team, and I think it's my favorite moment from the first half of season 1 anyway.
Action.
Dallas's vision is extremely strong. It crystallizes very quickly, and that works perfectly for me. My approach to writing is about options. So we want to iterate a thing until we have a spectrum of options covered. I won't pitch anything that I don't have a reason to present. Dallas is extremely logical. He's extremely strong in his convictions, and unless I have the process that I have, we don't work the way we work together. There have been times when we've encountered conflict. The typical way to handle it in a writer's room is if you're 50-50 on a thing, if neither has an opinion, the better reasoned argument wins. If you've both reasoned your argument out well, if somebody has more passion than the other, that's the version you usually go with. With Dallas, it's pretty much, I ask once. If I don't get any traction and I really believe in it, I might ask twice. If Dallas is set, he's set. And what I do is I serve his vision for this project.
What I would like to do is let's walk through it. Let's talk. We can walk and talk through it.
I feel like my faith has grown through the process. We are laboring to just let what's inside of us come out on the page. And that is challenging. That's maybe the most exhausting thing about writing, is when you're really drawing on something that lives inside of you, finding a way to give it a voice. We're changing nothing about the moments that make this story possible. But I hope by giving you a peek at the journey that they might have taken on their way to those moments, that it allows everybody to engage in a level that maybe they never have before with these stories, except in their personal lives. And we just are a small tool in the ministry, but it's the most exciting project I've ever been a part of.
Hey, it's Dallas, I'm the creator of The Chosen, and if you liked what you just saw and you want to see the episodes of the first ever multi-season show about the life of Christ, you can do so right now for free. Yes, if you get the Chosen app, you can watch these episodes for free right now. You're going to go to thechosen.tv or the Apple Store or Google Play, download the app, and you can watch immediately episodes 1 through 4. Hope you enjoy it, and thanks so much.
You know, it is said time and time again that conservatives are not being represented in Hollywood, which is why director Dallas Jenkins, he turned to crowdfunding to get his project, The Chosen, made. It's the first ever multi-season TV show about the life of Jesus Christ. And get this, it ended up as the largest crowdfunding media project ever. This after 16,000 people invested over $10 million into the show. And Dallas Jenkins joins me now. Dallas, first of all, congratulations.
Oh, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
What made you think, okay, I'll just do the crowdfunding thing and this will work?
Well, no, I didn't think it was going to work per se. My partners did. I thought we'd be lucky to raise about $800, to be honest with you. It was based on a short film I made for my church's Christmas Eve service. And they said, if we put this out, we think this could go viral and could raise some money. And so we put it out there, ended up raising over $10 million. And to be honest, the idea came from the fact that I didn't necessarily want to put this in the hands of Hollywood. I don't have anything against Hollywood, but I thought, you know, the Hollywood golden rule is he who has the gold makes the rules. And we wanted to make our own rules and make sure that we could control the content and control the direction of it. So we just decided to go straight to the people.
And I think you're right, particularly when it comes to the overall message. I mean, this is not one of those things where the message is nebulous, right? I mean, there's a specific message here that perhaps no Hollywood executives should have to chime in on. This is what you want to preserve.
Well, yeah, this is a story of the life of Christ and the disciples around him. And, you know, anytime you're doing a Bible project, as we've seen with other Bible projects, sometimes it can get a little skewed. And I'm someone who believes in the Bible. I'm someone who wanted to get it right. And so we put that into it, didn't want it in anyone else's hands.
You know, a relatively well-known actor came to my office 3 years ago and looking for funding for a Christian project. And I thought it was interesting because I keep reading about more and more of these. Now, we know about the Passion of the Christ. That made hundreds of millions of dollars.
Sure.
And then, of course, more recently, the Bible series, 2013, a highest rated cable show. And yet the funding is still not there. What is the deal? Is this just Hollywood's why are they resisting funding these projects?
Well, I think you tend to be passionate about what you know. And the majority of Hollywood doesn't know the Christian content, doesn't know the Christian market.
But do they see the numbers? Because the numbers are the return. This is a business channel, so we talk about return on investment. The return on investment is pretty good with these movies.
Yeah,
and in your case, perhaps a TV show.
Yeah, well, regardless of whether that's true, I haven't spent too much time wondering about the reasons why. I'm spending time making sure that I can just go ahead and do it. So we wanted to go directly to the people, and the results so far have been tremendous because, again, not only were we able to raise the money, but then now that we've released the show on the app, which we're also kind of doing outside the system, giving it to people directly, that has made all the difference. They really
so
love
there's no Netflix, no Hulu, none of that stuff as of yet. How do people get the app?
They download the app. So you go to the App Store or Google Play, you look up The Chosen, it's easy to find, and within minutes you can be watching all 4 episodes. And again, it's not that I have anything against any of those other services. They're all great. I use them myself, but we just wanted to go direct to the people. And I think that's part of the reason why it's gotten the response it has. I think they trust it a little bit more knowing it's coming from us.
Congratulations, Dallas. This is fantastic stuff. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Coming up, folks, outrage from Capitol Hill to sports blogs, all of it. I'm talking about NBA and their response to the tweet that supported Hong Kong. Is the league putting profits before humanity? We're going to break down those details right after the break.
All right. Hello. Does my backdrop look a little bit different? I am in my basement of my home today. This is where we have been spending all day long. I have been with my co-writers, Ryan and Tyler, and we are, yes, indeed, working on the outlines and the preparation and ultimately the scripts for season 2. We are able to now plot out what season 2 is going to look like. We've been working on that because I am officially done with episodes 1 through 8. Which means that you can now pre-order episodes 5 through 8 and or the entire season 1. So I've got my computer here, which is what I've been working on. You can see that here. I got my phone because I'm getting comments and texts from some of you. And I've also got, you can see even some of our work in the background. Try to ignore that and focus right here so I can tell you what we're going to be doing tonight. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be giving you the opportunity as of this moment to pre-order episodes 1 through 8. Or if you want just 5 through 8, you can do that too. But if you go to the app on your phone, which if you don't have the app yet, I guess I don't know how to help you, but you should get the app now because it's awesome. Go to the app on your phone, pull it up, go to the Gift Factory, press whatever package you want, and you can now pre-order it. And guess what? As I hope you know by now, tonight, during this live stream and for about an hour afterwards, up until 10:30 Eastern time, we will be offering a 12% discount. Why 12%? I think you know, there were 12 disciples, so thought that might be a cute little way to do this. But anyway, up until 10:30 Eastern time, you will be able to get a 12% discount on all pre-orders. So you pre-order the complete season 1 set. You can pre-order the complete season 1 set plus a devotional book where you get a discount on that already. If you order them together, you can get a pre-order discount on the episodes 5 through 8 disc. Now, one thing I want to let you know, and I'll get into all these details in just a second, but the 5 through 8 disc does not have the Christmas special on it. 5 through 8 disc is similar to the 1 through 4 disc. We could only fit the 4 episodes on. We couldn't fit anything else. But if you get the complete season 1 package, you get the Shepherd Christmas special. Yes, I heard you. You clearly wanted this to be available on DVD. Having it on YouTube, having it on Facebook, having it on the app wasn't enough. You wanted it on DVD, so it is on the DVD. And we also did biblical roundtables for all 8 episodes. Those are also on the season 1 complete set. So that was the first 4 episodes, my conversations with Rabbi Jason, Father Guffey, and Dr. Huffman, 5 through 8. Rabbi Jason was unfortunately unable to make it, but we talked to Dr. Huffman and Father Guffey all about the biblical implications of each of these episodes. We dove deeper into the stories, deeper into the characters, and they really make for great small group conversation. So that's one of the reasons why we wanted those on the DVD, because I know DVDs are a little bit more conducive to when you have people over. And so these are perfect for small groups. So we're going to get into all that. Now, what I want you to do right now, before you start ordering, I know you're extremely excited about that. You want to get your 12% off. I promise you that's going to be happening for the next hour and a half. But while you're here, while you think of it, if you are on YouTube or on Facebook, click the like button, the thumbs up button, whatever buttons that they have. Click the like button, click the the up button, whatever buttons they've got. Each social media outlet is different. And if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button. It's right below the screen. Hit the notification bell. This will let you know when videos come out. Speaking of videos that came out, this afternoon, we released the third of the director's vlog. This is where I, once a week, give you an up-to-date, behind-the-scenes look at the show, what we're doing, what's going on, and I give you in this vlog, this is the recap of all of what happened last week. We've got it out there already. This is me going to LA and working on episodes 5 through 8. The audio, the color, I show you inside the process. I take you into the room where we're doing it, where we're doing the audio. I take you into the room where we're doing the color, and I even take you into the room where we recorded a brand new song with Dan Hasseltine from Jars of Clay, one of my close friends and a genius, and Matt Nelson, the co-composer. Those two guys wrote, produced, performed, and mastered all within about 6 hours, a song that's going to end season 1, episode 8. So that has been done, and I take you into that process. So I show you all of the behind the scenes. So that video was released today on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe, please click the notification bell, and right now click like and whatnot, so that when you do that, YouTube kind of takes notice and Facebook takes notice, and it starts showing up on more people's feeds. And we want to get this out to the rest of the world. Now, what we're going to be doing tonight, in addition to the discount that you're going to get on the DVDs and book. Now, remember, there's no discount code needed. Right now, when you go, there's going to be 12% off. So don't worry about a discount code if you're freaking out about that. Just go to the gift factory, go to the website, www.thechosen.tv/store. So if you don't like ordering things on an app, you can go to the website. If that song you've not heard my little tune before, I apologize, especially for tonight as you go to sleep. That song will be ringing in your ears. www.thechosen.tv/store. Okay, so that's where you can get the discount. Now, besides that, I'm going to be showing you 2 scenes from episodes 5 through 8, scenes that have never been shown before, and the music is done and the color is done, so they actually look and sound how they're supposed to look and sound. So in previous live streams, I've shown you other scenes from episodes 5 through 8. These 2 scenes have never been before seen, and they've actually got their music and color finished. So what you're seeing on the screen now, what you were just seeing on the screen was the look at the gift store, the gift factory. And so I'm going to take you now. Well, first, let me tell you what else we're doing. So we've got the scenes that we're going to be showing you. I'm also going to bring out Ryan and Tyler, our writers, to give you a quick update on what we did today and what we are doing tomorrow for season 2. So you're going to want to hear from them. We're going to do that after I show you one of the scenes. So I'll bring them out. We'll give you a quick update so you can meet them and see what we're doing. And then we will get into more stuff and show you another scene from episodes 5 through 8. So I'm looking at my notes here. So one thing I wanted to point out to you was, as you're considering supporting the show, keep in mind that when you purchase the season 1 and when you purchase episodes 5 through 8, anything you purchase on our gift store goes towards future episodes and future seasons. This is how we do this. You and those of you who invested, those of you who have purchased DVDs and books so far, are literally allowing this show to happen. The show does not happen without you, and that's not just a platitude. That's literally true. Everything we do is because of what you're able to provide. And so one thing that I really wanted you to be aware of was that this hasn't just been a financial investment, it's been a spiritual investment. And when you purchase episodes, and when you purchase the book, and when you purchase the packages, it goes towards us being able to make the episodes, but it goes towards this. I want to read you a note that we got from someone who just recently saw the show and decided to show it at their church. She says, "So my husband and I are youth pastors. We decided to do an outdoor movie night as our youth activity last Saturday. We showed the Chosen videos 1 and 2. One of the kids who came to the event was completely lost because she didn't have any Bible knowledge, even though if you would have asked her, she thought she was a Christian. One of our youth members reached out to her and over the phone read to her and explained the Bible stories that were portrayed in The Chosen. The youth member asked her if she had accepted Jesus to be her Savior, and she said that she didn't think she had. The youth member prayed with her, and by the end of the prayer, it got quiet on the other side. So the youth member asked if she was there, and she was crying because she had accepted Christ into her heart." I hope you understand that you're a good deal responsible for that. Obviously, we make the show. Obviously, a lot of work has gone into the show, and obviously all of this is ultimately ordained and planned and orchestrated by God, but you have made this happen, and you can continue to make more of this happen the more you purchase. And here's the thing: I do not want to sound like a pitch salesman. This is not about me. I'm not getting rich off this thing, believe me. This is about reaching more people. And we want this to get around the world. And we're going to make some announcements in the next couple of weeks. We had a big summit in Los Angeles, the partners and I, a big summit about how we were going to get this out to around the world. And we've got some really exciting ideas that you're going to be a part of. So make sure that you pay attention for future live streams over the next couple of weeks, because we're going to show you how you can do that. Now, one of your other questions may be, yes, Dallas, I see the DVDs and Blu-rays and books. What about the streaming? What about, I don't necessarily buy DVDs or Blu-rays. I want to watch it on streaming. Yes, it will be available on streaming the week of Thanksgiving. And we will be telling you exactly how you will be able to access that Thanksgiving week. But for now, this is your chance to pre-order and get 12% off the DVDs and Blu-rays, which you can give as gifts. One more thing I want to talk about before I show you the first scene from episodes 5 through 8 that I'm going to show you is these backer packages. So as you'll be able to see on your screen in just a second, we didn't just list for you season 1, episodes 1 through 8, or season 1, episodes 1 through 8, plus the devotional book. There's also what we call backer packages, which is where you can, for a larger amount of money, as you can see there, you can get, let's say you order the bronze package, which is for $300, you can get a boatload of DVDs and books to give away, but you also get free access in advance to future seasons. So when season 2 comes out, we're going to be doing a screening of episodes 1 through 4 of season 2 in advance with the cast, and we'll be doing this big live stream, and you will have a chance to be part of that, whereas no one else will get a chance to do that. This will be coming out before they are officially released to the public. Quick side note, by pre-ordering tonight, you are going to get a chance to be part of a screening we're going to be doing in a couple weeks of episodes 5 through 8. Some of the cast will be there, I'll be there, and we will show episodes 5 through 8. We'll have a massive launch party for those episodes, and you will be joining all the investors, because the investors, those who were there the first time around, they get access to these episodes before everyone else. You can be part of that as well. On any time, any pre-ordering you do, you will get a chance to watch episodes 5 through 8 before they are officially released for free. So that's really cool, but that's what you get if you get the $300 package, where you get a bunch of DVDs, a bunch of Blu-rays at a huge discount, and you also get the chance to see season 2 before everyone else. For the silver package, which is $1,000, you're thinking $1,000, that's a lot. Yes, but for $1,000, you get 50 DVDs, you get 10 devotional books. You can give those out to as many friends and family as you want. And when you do that, you also get your name in the closing credits of season 2. Yes, an episode of season 2, in the closing credits, your name will be there if you get the silver package, which is the $1,000 package, in addition to the 50 DVDs and the 10 devotional books that you get. Then there is the gold package. I'm not able to do the gold package, but I know a few people who are. This gets you, get this, 500 DVDs, 100 devotional books, and you get to visit the set. Now, unfortunately, we're not able to cover expenses, but you get yourself to the set. We will give you a set tour. You'll get to meet the cast. You'll get to meet me. Not that that means anything, but you'll get to meet the cast. You'll get to spend a day on the set. And if you want, you can be an extra. You can get in wardrobe. We've done that for several investors, and it's been fantastic. But if you purchase that gold package, where you get tons of DVDs and tons of devotionals, you will get to visit the set and be a fly on the wall and get to meet us and see how this is all done. Now, why would you want 500 DVDs? Now, you may just think, I don't have 500 friends to give them to. But let's say you want to give them to a church, or you want to give them to a ministry or a prison ministry or whatever it is. Or if you just email us and say, listen, I don't want to even have to deal with 400 of these DVDs. So maybe you can give them away. And we've done that before. We've had people contact us and say, I just bought the big bulk package, 25 DVDs. Can you give them away for us? And we've done that. We're not going to be able to do that all the time, obviously, but we've got some ministries, we've got some churches that we can give these DVDs to. And so that's going to be a really cool opportunity for you to be part of. So let's go to the first scene. This scene is from episode 5. And as you know, episode 4 ended with Simon being called to follow Christ. And Andrew had already kind of gotten in on that. Andrew was ahead of the game. And so he was really excited. And then Simon joined in. And so episode 5 begins where episode 4 left off, obviously. And so we're going to skip ahead a few scenes through episode 5. Simon has now talked to his wife about what's going on, and now he and Andrew are going to join Jesus as well as his other current disciples, because Jesus asked them to join him on a trip to a wedding, a certain important wedding that you may or may not have read about in the Bible, but this is the beginning. This is when he's gathering some of his disciples, and so we're going to follow Simon and Andrew on their way to meet Jesus and the disciples to head towards Cana to be part of this wedding, and Simon has no idea what it is they're doing. But let's go ahead and show that scene from episode 5.
I do appreciate it. You heard me tell Eden how grateful I was.
Yeah, I heard your words, but I also watched your movements.
Don't know what to do with it. Don't go on long trips. I hold it like this. If I had a stick, I could sling it over to my shoulder.
We'll see what the others do.
What if they didn't pack lunch? Will we look stupid? What if it comes off as ungrateful?
I don't know, maybe it would look like we never traveled with the Messiah before and we don't know what we're doing.
I'm a bit nervous.
Come on, don't be nervous. If you're nervous, I'll come on too strong.
Don't tell me you're not nervous.
I said I was.
You said
Look,
if I'm nervous...
I know what I said. I don't want to let him down.
I don't want to do it wrong.
Come on, we'll probably both do it wrong. It's like fishing. Remember when Dad taught us?
Dad didn't teach us anything. We just sat there.
And watched. And then it was our turn and we made our own mistakes. Can you believe this?
Well, you guys are great.
Hey.
Hello.
Have you been here long?
Oh, yeah.
Perfect day for a wedding, huh?
Master.
Simon, Andrew, Mary, James, John, Thaddeus. But where is, Uh-oh. Raining figs.
Figs? For the journey.
Ah, now we won't even need to stop for lunch. Thank you, James.
Yes, master?
Two Jameses. How will we solve this dilemma?
Well, what if I go by Big James?
Is that acceptable to you, young James?
Yes, I think that's fair, master.
And the sense of justice, too, huh? Then it's settled. Now, to the road, my friends. The bride and groom await.
All right. So as you can see, I have two gentlemen next to me. I want to make a first real quick comment. As you may have noticed that Big James is different than the Big James from episode 4. That's because unfortunately the actor who played Big James the first time around could not make it the second time around. Nothing's wrong. Nothing happened. But we have a beautiful new actor named Kian who is filling the shoes and does a fantastic job. So I'm looking forward to you seeing him, but that may explain why you might have been a little bit confused. So because I'm looking at a camera, I can get confused. So on my left, your left or right, I don't know. This is Ryan. This is Ryan Swanson, and then this is Tyler Thompson. Hopefully you've met Ryan already in the video that we put out on social media where he talked about the writing process. Ryan is one of our executive producers and kind of our head writer. He's the one who kind of keeps us on task. And then Tyler Thompson is a very close friend of mine for many years. We actually worked together back at Harvest Bible Chapel in Chicago when, guess what? The Chosen was birthed. So if you have loved the Shepherd, the pilot episode of The Chosen, that was Tyler and myself working on that. Tyler wrote the first drafts of those scripts. And so when obviously it came time to do this show, after Tyler worked with me on The Two Thieves, which was the very first short film I ever did about Christ, along with all the vignettes, Tyler was always involved. And so it was a no-brainer to bring Tyler involved. And in fact, Tyler is responsible. I don't know if you want this to be known. I know we all tend to take credit for everything, but Tyler is responsible for what I believe and what many believe is the best line in the entire series, which is, I was one way and now I'm completely different. And the thing that happened in between was him. Tyler said that while we were in a meeting a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. It was actually 2 years ago. And we were in a meeting and we were planning out the seasons, and Tyler had that line and it was beautiful. And I knew it was going to be good because we cried. Now, here's what we've been doing today and tomorrow. These guys came in and we are plotting out season 2. And you can even see some of the work on the wall. So Ryan, why don't you tell them what we've been doing today?
Right. Hi. So today we got together with a really general idea about where we wanted to go with season 2. We all have our favorite things that happened in season 1, our characters that we really want to follow up with. And we found out over the course of the day today where we're going to end up season 2, which was very exciting and a very helpful place for us to drive towards.
Yeah, we always work from the end toward the beginning. We always say, where are we going to end up? Where does season 2 end? And we knew when we did season 1 exactly how the episode 8 was going to end. And then we worked our way backwards. We also talked about the overall arc, because you've talked about how it's helpful if we can know over the next 6 or 7 seasons what we can and can't do.
We've got to know where this arc falls into the larger arc, what part of it we're looking at for a particular episode, even down to a scene. We want to know where it falls into the overall scheme of things for the characters, where they're going to go to, and where we want our story to take the viewer. So definitely, this is the second segment of our hopefully 7-part journey, and we treated it as sort of the end of Act 1.
Yeah, because we never want to get ahead of ourselves. We don't want to go too quickly. We don't want the characters to change too quickly because we got several seasons to go. Tyler, grab that sheet behind us. It's got I wanted to show you something real quick. This is really cool. We wrote this 2 years ago. So this is, what we did is we took each character and we started writing about them. And because we really need to know our characters, we really need to know these people. And we started writing things that we're going to define how we wrote the episodes. And so you see, all right, he's a fisherman. We described him as Captain Kirk in the new Star Trek, Han Solo, Maverick from Top Gun, McMurphy from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, characters who were really charismatic and kind of ran the show. We talked about how he was the opposite of Matthew, and there was always going to be constant tension. We said, we described him charismatic. I'm going to try to get here. Sorry. Yeah, charismatic, temperamental, loyal, passionate. So this was 2 years ago. It still exists, and we followed it pretty closely. And that's what we're doing now for season 2. And we're introducing a few new characters. We're also talking about where those characters, our current characters, are going to go. Tyler, why don't you talk about what we're going to be doing tomorrow?
Well, now that we've identified some characters that we want to introduce and some changes we want those characters to go through and some events in the life of Christ that we want to be sure that we hit, we have to now arrange them across 8 episodes and get everything accounted for. There's so many characters in the Gospels, and we can't meet them all next season, and we couldn't meet them all this first season. So we've actually identified 4 people that we want to introduce the audience to, and so we're just going to kind of plot that out and fill in details and start to make an outline. Yeah,
you start to go, this is what episode 1 will look like, and this is what episode 2 will look like. And last time, 2 years ago, when we started doing that, we looked at it, the other day, and it was remarkable how closely we came to it. So if you are a praying person, please pray for us, just so we have clarity of mind and wisdom. This is a huge task, and it's what we believe. We take it on as a very holy task. We believe that God has, for whatever reason, kind of enlisted us to tell the stories of his people in this way. We take that very, very seriously, and we don't want to get it wrong. And we believe that God so far hasn't allowed us to get it wrong. We want that to continue. And so please pray for us as we do that. And then, of course, you can just support us by checking out all the YouTube videos we're doing, all the Facebook videos we're doing, because that really, when we see your comments, and when we see your support and what you like and what you're passionate about, and even what you don't like, it does help. We don't necessarily write just because of someone else's opinion. We write because of what we believe God is showing us. But your encouragement makes a huge difference. We oftentimes share notes with each other, like, hey, look what this guy said about this scene. I remember you wrote that scene. So it's really helpful and really means a lot. So guys, thank you so much. Ryan, you can get back to work. Tyler, you've got a little job for me, if you don't mind holding up some of my notes. So I really appreciate that. So guys, keep in mind, right now, it is now Central Time, it's 8:24, which means that for another hour, about an hour and 5 minutes, you can get the 12% off all of these packages. So if you get at the gift store, at the gift factory on the app, if you have not gotten the app yet, please do. Just go to the App Store or Google Play and click download. You can be watching within minutes. And then if you click in I wonder if I can pull this up on my own phone, just because to show you that this is what my family and I do. This is the Chosen app. Pulled up that fast. I clicked on the gift factory and it's already there. So I can look at the Chosen Backer package, complete set, season 1 disc package, season 1 package plus devotional book. And I want to make sure we're getting all the options on there. So let's see. All right. So one thing I also wanted to point out, and this is why I'm texting someone, because I didn't see this in the gift store. I want to make sure that you do see it in the gift store. Discs 5 through 8. So let's say you do not want the complete season. You only want 5 through 8. You can do that at the gift store. I didn't see it just now, so hopefully they're going to fix that. But 5 through 8 by itself is available if you do not want the complete season. However, I will tell you that the complete season is only $10 more, and it gives you the entire episodes 1 through 8, and it also gives you the Christmas special, the Shepherd that we did a couple of years ago that started this whole thing. as well as the biblical roundtables. Now, one thing we're also doing before I show you another scene, I want to show you another scene. This one's going to be from episode 6. By the way, I was just informed, it should be on the app, but if it's not, I'm talking about episode 5 through 8 by itself, or episodes 1 through 4 by itself. If you go to the store, it's there. So if you're on the app and you're not seeing the 5 through 8 option, go to www.thechosen.tv/store, and maybe someone can put that up in the chat box, or maybe even on the screen. Thechosen.tv/store. It should be underneath the YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, it should be right underneath there, the link. So thechosen.tv/store. That's where you will definitely be able to see 5 through 8 by itself, and then 1 through 4 by itself, if you haven't done that yet. So 1 through 4, as of today, and all the way up until we run out, is going to be $9.99. Yeah, I know, it sounds crazy, but we have a few, I think we have something like 2,000 copies left. And we want to get those out to the world, to as many people as possible, because the more people who see 1 through 4, they then are in. They want to see 5 through 8. They want to see the whole season. They want to get the devotional book. So we decided that as of today, we're just going to go until we sell out. So it sounds like a little bit like a closing, going out of business sale. It's not quite that, but we are making episodes 1 through 4, that disc by itself, as of today, is now 50% off. It's $9.99. Buy it up. Buy a bunch of them and just start handing them out like candy. We've often said, we can't necessarily make the DVDs free, but you can, because when you give these out to people, you really are not only going to impact their lives, but you're also making sure that more people see 1 through 4. And then that means that they're going to be with us for the rest. And they're going to be with us for 5 through 8 for this complete season. So anything you can do right now, it's super cheap, $9.99. You can buy as many DVDs as you want. And we're just going to keep going until we run out. And we're hoping that we're probably going to end up running out before Thanksgiving. And then after that point, it'll just be episodes 1 through 8 or 5 through 8. Okay, so make sure you do that if you're interested. $9.99 for 1 through 4. Incredible. So buy as many as you want. And then again, 5 through 8 by itself. If you have seen 1 through 4, you don't want to have to get the complete season again. Go ahead and buy the 5 through 8 alone by itself discs. Should be on the app. If it's not, then it's at the store, www.thechosen.tv/store. Okay, I wanted to also point out real quick the book. So many of you have this, and we've gotten so many comments about how much this has changed their lives. There are 40 devotional entries in this book. Okay, and again, we did this because we're trying to have as much of a spiritual impact as possible. This show is not the end game. Life change is the end game. This show should take you deeper into scriptures. This show is not a replacement for scriptures. This book also isn't a replacement for scriptures, but it's going to allow you to get even deeper than the show does. And so what we do is we take scenes from the first 8 episodes. We take stories from the Gospels that we covered in the first 8 episodes, including stories we didn't cover, and we go deeper into them. And there's a prayer focus at the end of each devotional entry where we give kind of some ideas of what you can pray for. And then we ask 3 questions that you can journal about. These are perfect for small group discussions. In fact, I just heard from a friend whose church is doing all 4 episodes. They're watching each episode once a week. So it's episode 1 was last Wednesday or 2 Wednesdays ago. Then they watched episode 2. Then they watched episode 3 yesterday. And then what they do is they break out into, so 200 people were there last night watching episode 3, and then they break up into small groups. And this devotional is perfect for that. That's why we've offered the devotional book as part of this combo package. So if you get the book by itself, it's $15, $14.99. If you get it with the season 1 package, then we take off another 5%. And then of course, all of that, if you pre-order tonight, is 12% off. I think it's pretty cool. One final thing before I take you to this next scene. The app. I just want to remind you that you go to the App Store or go to Google Play and download the app. We are on almost every single device that you can think of. So you can, without needing a subscription to anything, you do not need a subscription. You can watch episodes 1 through 4 on Roku. You can watch them on Fire Stick. You can watch them on Apple TV. You can watch them on Chromecast. And if you are, if you have a Android, you can watch it on Samsung Smart TV. I've been writing all day and working all day, so forgive me. But literally, you do not need a subscription. Take your phone, open it up, click on the Watch on TV button, and you can be watching on your TV through your Roku, Apple TV, Fire Stick, Chromecast, whatever, immediately. It's unbelievable. I honestly, this is like a game changer, and honestly, this is the first of its kind. There is not any show out there right now in the world that you can stream through your phone directly to your television through all these devices without needing a subscription. You only need your smartphone. There's a verse in Isaiah. It's called Isaiah 40. It's for Isaiah 43:19. And the first phrase of this verse has kind of been a hallmark for our entire team. And it's, "Behold, I am doing a new thing." And he goes on to say, "Can you not perceive it? I'm making streams in the desert." But Isaiah 43:19, which is in the same chapter as Isaiah 43:1, which you may remember from episode 1, which was Tyler Thompson's idea to incorporate that verse. Tyler's off camera. Thank you again for that incredible idea. But Isaiah 43 later at verse 19 says, "Behold, I am doing a new thing." And we are doing a new thing here. And that's what I wanted to close with before we show this next scene, is that you have to be thinking of The Chosen as a new product. When you're saying, why isn't it on TV? Why isn't it on Netflix? Why isn't it on Amazon? That's the system. That's a traditional system, and there's nothing wrong with it. I enjoy those things myself. But we're doing a new thing. God is doing a new thing. And the show has been a new thing from the beginning. The way we financed the show was new. It's the #1 highest crowdfunded media project of all time. The fact that this is the first ever multi-season show about the life of Christ is a new thing. The man that we are telling these stories about did a new thing. Jesus was new. His message was new. And the app is a new thing. And so if you're scared of it, get over that a little bit, perhaps. I did. I am not good with technology. I am lousy at it. The fact that I'm even streaming to you right now is a bit of a victory. My partners with The Chosen are always impressed anytime that I can actually get on camera and make this work, because this is not intuitive to me. But this app is one of the easiest pieces of technology I have ever experienced. And I was able to just connect with my Fire Stick right away. So you can keep sharing this with your friends and family and say, guys, you can watch this for free right now. Episodes 1 through 4 are free on the app. You can be watching within minutes on your TV. You don't need a subscription. Just plug right into whatever device you normally want. So I just want to remind you, the 12% discount ends at 10:30 Eastern. That's in a little less than an hour. So 12% discount, feel free. Well, if you're on your laptop or on your phone, you can turn away from me. But right now we are going to show you a scene from episode 6. This is when, as you remember from episode 4, Matthew was watching the disciples fish because Quintus, his Roman boss, had assigned him to follow Simon around and make sure that Simon lived up to his end of the bargain. Simon's job was to tattle on the other Jewish men who were fishing on Shabbat, and because taxes weren't being paid. And so when Simon didn't come through on that plan, he owed a bunch of money. And where was he going to get that from? Where was he going to get the opportunity to kind of get himself out of this massive debt? So Simon was in a deep hole, and Jesus came along and did a miracle. And Matthew saw this miracle and doesn't have a lane for it. He doesn't get it. Matthew's a scientific person. He's a math guy. As we know, as we've talked about, he's on the Asperger's spectrum. And so for him, seeing something miraculous doesn't make sense. But for Quintus, all Quintus cares about is that he's got his money. So he's got his money. He's got more than he even needed. Everything worked out perfectly. And so this scene from episode 6 shows Matthew and Gaius before Quintus, and Quintus is seeing the news of what happened, seeing how the money has come in, and Matthew is struggling with how to communicate what he saw. Let's go ahead and show you this scene from episode 6.
Remarkable. For the first time in a year, quarterly collections will have exceeded Pilate's projections. And if the fishermen are no longer fishing on Shabbat. Have an olive, Matthew. You earned it.
Thank you, Dominus.
Simon the cheat. Simon the fraud. Simon, the guy who delivered when it mattered most. I wonder if there's a way to make him do it again.
It wasn't Simon.
What if I told him it wasn't enough? He obviously performs well under pressure. And I do have a knack for creating mistakes.
Simon wasn't responsible for this, Dominus.
Oh, I don't care who he conscripts into his schemes.
Forgive me, Dominus, if my report was unclear. There was a man...
Yes. You're a fine reporter, Matthew, but you're also a bit of a rube. I read your report. It's clear Simon and his accomplice tricked you.
But there were others.
Accomplices. Fine.
To what end?
Who can say? Maybe Simon wanted the other fishermen off his back. You said yourself, word of his disloyalty had spread. Or maybe to spook anyone who'd fish on Shabbat. He is a wily one.
The fishermen have taken notice.
Oh, it couldn't have worked out better. Don't tell me you're spooked.
I am neither sophisticated nor subtle, Dominus, but I am observant. I detected no subterfuge. I recorded everything I witnessed, however impossible it seems.
You did well, Matthew. Fortunately, you have me to interpret for you.
Okay, Big Reader. It's urgent.
No kidding.
King Herod's envoy approaches.
Spotted where?
Outside Gennesaret, riding north.
Captain, Silvius Gamalius, son of Senator Gamalius, will be arriving in 1 hour.
Yes, Dominus.
Prepare my guard for inspection. How long would you have stood there? Things turned out very well with Simon, and I'm grateful. Gaius, I've reviewed your service records. You're Germanic.
My people were.
Powerful warriors, even if they did surrender.
I believe they sensibly joined the winning team, Dominus.
Sensibly.
My only allegiance is to Rome. I've trained to fight for her since I was a boy.
And now you will lead. I hereby promote you to the rank of Primi.
Thank you for this honor, Praetor.
Don't slobber. And Matthew, you're so wonderfully odd. Keenly intelligent, but it's your reactions to the world I love. Like right now. How you're not a stain on a cartwheel is a mystery we will have many moons to unravel, my new friend.
I saw no ruse or deception at the seashore, Dominus.
Because you have no guile. Give me your first reaction to this scenario. You will shortly be visited by a childhood rival whose father gave him everything while yours gave you nothing, and yet you've risen to a higher rank. You want to make it clear you won. That it's your meeting, even if he arrived unannounced.
I would show him my plans for infrastructure. Conquest is not simply conquering nations, but imposing a way of life.
Unbelievable. So simple. You're dismissed.
All righty, that is a scene from episode 6. And as you can see, Matthew's world is upside down. And we show a lot of other scenes where he's trying to figure out what's going on, talking to Quintus, talking to Gaius. We even showed you a scene a couple weeks ago where he goes to his mother, who he hasn't talked to in over a year, trying to figure out what's going on, because what he knew to be true, or what he thought was no longer true and no longer applies. And so he is freaked out, which leads us to one of the great moments in the Gospels and one of the great moments of season 1, which I can't wait for you to see. Spoiler alert, Jesus and Matthew do come in contact. And what happens then is truly one of the great scenes of the first season. The music is phenomenal. The performances are phenomenal. I cannot wait for you to see it. I'm really excited. So let's wrap up now. I just want to give you a couple quick things before you go. The 12% discount on all pre-orders still in effect. It will be in effect for another 50 minutes. If you do not see something on the app, for example, my phone, I am able to get most of the things, but the store is the safest place to go to make sure that everything is there. If you want to get episodes 1 through 4 for only $9.99, they are on the store, www.thechosen.tv/store. And please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's right below you. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. That will let you know anytime that we have a new video. And as I told you before, you can watch our new video from today, where I give you a behind the scenes look, a really cool vlog of everything that happened over the last week that showed you what we're doing to finish season 1 so that we can get it out to you in time. And what you are pre-ordering now, we have finally finished, and now we will be able to ship them out Thanksgiving week. So Thanksgiving week comes up, you will be first in line, and your DVDs and Blu-rays will get shipped out to you immediately. Your books will get shipped out to you immediately. And make sure that you check out the backer packages. These backer packages, yes, more money, $300, $1,000, $10,000. I know that's a lot, but there's some really cool things that we're making available to you if you do that. And one of the main things is you get all these DVDs and Blu-rays and books available to give out to others. That's what I've been doing. I remember I bought a bunch from our own store, And I've just been giving them out to people because the more people who see 1 through 4 are going to want to see 5 through 8. And 5 through 8 is off the hook, y'all, as they like to say, as my kids say. So make sure that you check out all those packages, 12% off all the way up until 10:30 Eastern time at the App Store. I'm sorry, at the app, the Gift Factory, or thechosen.tv/store. Again, please continue to like this video, and share the Facebook videos. Please keep spreading the word. Everything that you're doing is working. And when we release new videos, when we release new opportunities for people, when we release the app, you sharing the app and you sharing these videos is the way that this show reaches the world. So even on the app itself, there is a handy share button. Okay, right here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but yeah, that share button allows me to immediately share it and text it to someone directly and just say, listen, this is the show I was telling you about. This is episodes 1 through 4. You can be watching within minutes and you can tell them all about it. So I hope you enjoyed those 2 scenes from episodes 5 and 6. I hope you're going to spend the next 50 minutes making sure that you and anyone you want to tell are going to get 12% off all the pre-orders. But keep in mind, this is very important. You can still pre-order all the way up until Thanksgiving. So if you want, up until we release it, I think we're going to be releasing it 2 days before Thanksgiving, actually. So all the way up between now and 2 days before Thanksgiving, you will be able to pre-order. You just won't be able to get the discount, unfortunately. The discount is only for this live stream, but you will still be able to pre-order. Make sure that you are first in line so that when we ship them out, you get them right away before we potentially run out and have to do another reorder. So please get on board now, pre-order now. This is going towards future episodes and seasons, and this will continue to allow us to impact lives like the one I read you about earlier with that note from that family who saw someone in their youth group watch The Chosen and ultimately decided to make a decision to follow Jesus, which is the whole point of this show. So thank you so much. Check out the app, check out YouTube, check out Facebook, all of those things. But more than anything, God bless you. And we appreciate your prayers and support as we continue writing season 2.
I do appreciate it. You heard me tell